Hello you guys, welcome to another video. I'm so excited to be back into content creating, and today we are going to be continuing the Archon quest, or the interlude chapter. Last time the BALLDEER is no more, which is very interesting. I didn't know this is how they were going to take it. So now we have to go check in Azuma to see if anything is messed up. So yeah, wow. It's just like, get into things. Oh my gosh, I have to get used to this again.
We've made it to Amanoma Smithy.
Amanoa Smithy. Gosh, it's so hard to say.
It's been a while.
Pardon me, I would like to ask a question if I may.
Of course. Go ahead.
About the Raiden Konden.
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches: Aminoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5.
Yay!
If
We love
my memory
Kazuha.
serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Indeed I was.
Yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now.
What was the reason behind the decline?
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed.
Kind of interested to see where it goes.
In fact, this was not made known
Well,
to
I'm
me
very
for most
interested.
of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
Okay. Tell us.
The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace.
Okay,
One
that's
brave
still a thing.
swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene,
Oh.
hoping to prevent a disaster.
Wait, that's kind of sweet that that's how the disaster is remembered.
Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day,
Oh.
and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara
It's sad, but
clan.
like it's very sweet that Niwa actually gets to be remembered.
Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even
Damn.
bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to.
He went on a
His goal was
genocide
absolute,
crusade.
the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
The legend of the Raiden Gokaden has changed. Someone else attacked the swordsmith. Looks like the BALLDEER did something in the immortal, but it seems Niwa still died.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha recently?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
Do you know where he is? Okay, phew, he still exists. He's the same Kazuha I know. Things don't seem as bad as I feared. Thank you, that's all.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon.
Wow, it's crazy. To me, it seems like he hasn't like changed too much. It's just he changed how history was kind of seen. So, just like how
This is the
Rayla
Yashiro
moved to the
Commission's
Raka,
headquarters.
which is pretty big, but
so-
you know, still it didn't like, I guess, endanger any people.
Traveler, it's been a while.
What up? How you doing?
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate.
Wow,
They're not here right now.
darn. Well, at least they're still
Are they
around.
out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Thank you. We'll take you up on that offer. I guess we do have to. Can we take a walk in the courtyard? Jeez, I cannot speak.
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
I appreciate it.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks.
I only like saved all of Inazuma and restored it into a good place. Like this is the least that you could do.
Busy as ever. That much hasn't changed.
Okay, that's good.
Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
Interesting.
So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Yato is still the Yashiro Commissioner. Ayaka is still a lady of the house. No changes there. As far as I can see, nothing has changed in the Yashiro Commission either. I was expecting as much, but still a big relief to know that the Kamisato siblings are both safe and well.
Well, got any more questions?
That's all for now. Many thanks.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often.
Oh,
But
we'll
I'm
try.
sure
We'll
you
try.
must be far too busy to have time for that.
Yeah, we are, but I'll try to come back. Don't worry.
Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time.
Does she ever stop talking? I love cute stories, but like, please.
As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters. There will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company.
Thank you very much. I'll visit again.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Where are we going next?
Tatarasuna.
Great.
There.
Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
Goodbye, ma'am. Oh, it's Xavier. What up?
What are we looking for? Something? Or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me? Or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
The one and only.
Xavier? What are you doing here?
His name is Xavier. Is that how you... Am I crazy? Maybe it's like a European way of pronouncing it. Like a more like... I don't know, Xavier? I have never heard Xavier before. Hey, I'm corrected now. Do you know much about Tatarasuna? See, I got it.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
How well do you understand the history of this
Like
area?
the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun
About,
fact,
like, 400
I'm
years
not
ago?
the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too.
Yeah, that disgusting... Ugh. Ugh.
They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How
Yeah.
about that?
Goes back, you know, haha. Mechanic, huh? Looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leading to all the ensuing chaos.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna?
Have you ever heard of the Kabuki Mono? Connected to the
A
Tasaras.
kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman, for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually.
Okay, interesting.
But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
So there's no more Kabuki Mono. Did the Balladeer really manage to erase himself from history completely? Yes, I think we get it already, Traveler. If you're not, like, connecting the dots, we already asked 3 people, and I think that's about enough to make the conclusion that he erased himself from history. Can we move on with the plot line, please? If so, he must have wanted to change the world and revert everything back to the way it was, but so far, it looks like the majority of the changes have only affected himself. Wait, does that mean if he erased himself, does that mean the Fatui don't... Wait, that's why the Fatui don't know him anymore? From the That makes so much sense. Oh my gosh. I was like wondering about the trailers when his character trailer came out. The Fatui didn't recognize him. It's because he erased himself. Damn. Thank you, Xavier.
Of course! Don't
wait,
mention it.
I forgot how to say his name.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help.
Hey, it's them.
Oh, what up? Oh, you guys. Hello.
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Are you still talking about the essay?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
Oh, no. Oh, not this again.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
Okay.
Still
What about
looking
it?
for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Maybe. Perfect. These two have researched Tatarasuna. It's past. Let's hear what they have to say.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
Can I read it again?
Oh, of course.
I wonder how different it's gonna be. Oh, this yellow part is where it changed. Oh. I think this yellow part is what has changed.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Interesting. Content has changed. Another effect of the tampering with the information in Irmisol. Balladeer said he erased the 2 names of If he really succeeded, it would have taken all of his might, but still.
Well, what do you think?
A masterpiece.
Hey, Traveler. Hand They're back at it. These guys are really into this.
They are. We got to take care of some things. Bye for now.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you.
I'm
Thank
used to
you
it, don't
so
worry.
much for the information.
No problem.
You're welcome. See ya.
Bye.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Nahida! Girly! What is up?
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
I've been pretty good, I think.
Where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma.
I wonder if I say Balladeer here, they're gonna know what I mean.
The Balladeer?
Damn, he really did erase
Sounds like
himself.
some kind of code name.
Oh no.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
I mean, I guess it doesn't matter now. Even Nahida doesn't remember, just like last time. Any changes to Irminsul affect her as well. Literally, I think Traveler, I think we can make some deductions here. Let's do some critical thinking. The first time that Irminsul was changed, Nahida doesn't remember anything. Crazy, right? I think we could deduce that the same thing would happen if it happened again. Like, come on. It doesn't take like a genius to figure this out. I love you, but please. The Balladeer acted quickly. He finished erasing himself before Nahida could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers things that erased once again. I'm the record keeper.
Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
The things that happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth.
How was he even able to do that? As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it.
I feel like we probably should have told them. Like, I don't know, something in my bones tells me this is a bad omen or something.
Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality. So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world? Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it.
He's kind of crazy, so it makes sense.
The Traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul.
So that's why it doesn't
and
affect
it also
me.
explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her.
So that means Paimon is from this world, though. So, what is Paimon?
So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it. Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again.
I think he also just wanted to, you know, restart himself and actually have I don't know, I feel like he wanted to have Niwa not have a bad death and seem like he betrayed people, but also like other things too. I don't know, I feel like we shouldn't have told them. Maybe it's just me.
He couldn't keep hating
How I
humans
am.
after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. I want to check something.
Okay.
Found it. This should be the one.
What the fuck is that?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
How?
What is it? A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
What is it? Surprisingly, that information presented to you is the way that it was
Is this a fairy tale?
This matches
Who wrote?
everything I said.
I authored this record myself. Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the Balladeer?
I think with Nahida, she writes fairy tales about. If I had to guess, she writes fairy tales about everything that happens in her life. That's kind of cute.
Combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else. Hold on. So this record survived from the past? Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabuki Mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
Interesting.
That's incredible! What a great idea! And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything.
Yo, that's
This
actually
story
really
is
cool.
abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. The now erased life of the Balladeer.
Dude, please, I want to end the video.
There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family
This is
of
very
foxes,
cute, actually.
joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own.
Oh my gosh, this art style is so cute.
Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten.
Oh.
Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us.
This is so cute. Oh.
Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure.
You can even see the little red fringe part on the fox. That's so cute.
The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good.
Aww.
Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
That's really adorable how that story is
solved it!
portrayed.
It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened.
Wait, does that mean Scaramouche imagined it that way?
To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use.
Oh.
I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
Wait, that's so cool.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion.
Paimon, we should be used to it. So many people have tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you.
Yeah, I don't know why, actually.
Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world.
Mm-hmm.
We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Does that mean, like, they only remember it as, like, 10? Or is it just, like, there's a missing puzzle piece? Like, I wonder. That is crazy. I've never had this feeling before.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face.
Yeah,
Wow.
Nahita's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Okay.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it. Come on, Traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk.
Of course. In the next
Let's go
episode.
get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
Yeah, for sure, Paimon.
It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that.
I was gonna end the video.
But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Okay, Paimon, you're a sweetheart. I love you. But that is it for this video. That's so interesting. That is crazy. That is crazy. I don't even know what to say. I didn't even think, like, that means the Fatui is viewed so much differently. Like, I actually want to know how the Fatui, like, has their memories now. That's crazy. Unless they remember.
Wherever in this world I roam.
Actually,
I carry
no.
memories
Maybe
of my home.
Scaramouche only remembered Greater
This
Lord
blade.
Ruka Devaka because
It
he
is
was
the last
connected
link I
to
have.
Irminsul. But I wonder if the other Fatui remember that type of stuff. Probably not. But yeah, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, yeah, this storyline is very interesting. And I'm very curious to see where things continue to go. Yeah. That's it for this episode. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this storyline soon and we'll be ready for 3.4. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully. Have a lovely day, night, or whatever time it is for you. That is it. And
This scenery is
bye.
wonderful.